all of a sudden, I
It's
guess, like, I don't know if they do it in your ability or how much kills you get or whatever part you join. I was like, this is not fun anymore. Because
yeah, yeah.
someone rounds the corner and kills me every single time.
It's fun until you meet the sweats.
I
It's like,
know.
hey, I'm opening up glass.
The
Then you get in the
sweats,
real, then you get in the real game, and then you realize, oh shoot, like,
and
I
Okay, guys,
I
we're live.
realized that we were in
I
a
know it
game.
live, but I was
We
saying,
were in a game for like, I don't know, 30 minutes. I'm like, why is
yeah, yeah, that's what I
why
wanted.
is
It's
it
fun,
30 minutes?
fun until you meet the sweats, and then you realize, oh shoots, I'm stuck
I
in
know
this game that
sweats.
I'm
I
losing for 30
know.
minutes. It
The
ain't that fun no
sweats
more.
make the
Hey, I
game
know,
so slow.
I
They make
know.
it so slow. Hi,
No,
everybody.
they make it slow when you lose it. When you lose it, it feels slow. It ain't going slow. It's because you lose it. That's when you try to figure, "Boy, I wish this
Maybe
game would
that's
end."
why.
No, no, you
Maybe
just lose. Yeah, yeah, it
because
is
when you win, like the matches go very quickly when you win it.
exactly. This is what
And
I'm
I think
saying.
some people just give up. Some people just stay in the spawn
Some
place.
people give up. Some people realize the game ain't it's not winnable, but they still stay. You know, it is. That's what it is. That's League of Legends. It is not. It is only for the brave of heart. I would say only
Yeah,
strong.
it's not for me. Not for me.
Yeah. Gotta stick away. Gotta stay away from the sweaty games sometimes.
I'm gonna stick with my RPGs, my action adventures, and my Genshin.
Ah, no. Welcome everybody. I guess we will
Welcome.
officially start this part. This is the Otaku Summit brought to you by the Solid. I am one fourth of your co-hosts, Javon, aka Kuma, with Omar, aka Bruce Wayne, and April, our resident ghost, who we can see today. And
Woo!
Vicky is
I'm an
here with us.
apparition today.
No,
Vicky is
you're not.
somewhere. Vicky is somewhere in spirit. So guys, what's good? What's
Hi,
up? How did
Vicky.
everybody going? How did the week go for everybody? What y'all
Wow.
been up
It
to?
was madness, Javon. A lot of
Madness.
madness.
A
Hey,
lot of
what's it?
I say, well, hey, listen,
What's it?
I see we ain't wasting no time getting to it. But no, it was a
Yeah.
lot of madness. It was a lot of madness. It was a lot of madness. Some
What's
great.
that lot of madness?
So if you guys we watched Doctor Strange, if y'all, I mean, ain't gas by now. They talking for
Yeah.
Doctor. That was the brunt. That was the brunt of the weekend for a lot of people. We went out and experience the Marvel's attempt at a horror film, which I would say it really did feel
It is.
like a
What,
horror.
Yeah.
you said failed?
When I
What?
say it really did
Oh,
No,
feel, it
oh!
felt
So I
like
was just going to say what?
it felt no, it didn't feel.
That
It
was the
didn't feel.
best part of that movie.
It, it was. It was. It was.
well,
That's why
Just as Sam Raimi go loose and buck wild.
he's a
Like
sick
yes,
man. He's a sick man. Is a sick,
sick
sick, sick,
man
sick
that I
man.
love.
But I guess. So did everyone like the movie? What's everyone's thoughts?
Who's gonna go first?
I don't know. Who should go first? Let's
yeah,
make
you
this
go first, April.
rock,
Me?
paper, scissors.
Okay.
Ready to go for- All
I
right.
I like it. I enjoyed it, but I think my overall rating would be like maybe a 7.5. I guess maybe after I did much like in more thought, maybe an 8, but I don't think it's an 8 there. I don't think it's an 8 yet, so it's still on the 7.5 thing because I don't feel like it's a Doctor Strange movie per se. Not in that sense. I feel like that it should have been Wanda and the Multiverse of Madness or Wanda and something. It should have been a Wanda movie because it mostly felt like a Wanda movie. It almost like a what's the word? Ending to like a more of a what is it, not prologue, epilogue of WandaVision, if you look
Mhm.
at it that way. Because I really love the horror elements. The horror elements is where the movie really shines for me. And what else do I like? Oh,
Same.
my favorite scene. My favorite scene. Well, probably my second favorite scene. I have two scenes. I can't decide which is my favorite scene. But a scene that I really fucking love was the musical notes fight. That was so
Oh,
fucking
that.
good.
Oh, okay,
You
okay.
would like that.
That was
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
fucking
you would like.
cool and
It
creative.
was funny.
I
It
love
was
creative
funny.
shit. I
It was.
love
Yeah.
creative like that.
It
And the
was.
fact that the music was going along with the notes and the action. I was like,
Hmm.
this is why I want from a like when you watch the first Stephen Strange, this is why I fucking want. Like, in a Doctor Strange movie is something like this. So creative, weird, and like it works.
Yeah.
And what else? What else? What else? I also like when Wanda like basically like murdered the Illuminati. That scene was so
That was one of my
off
favorites.
the walls and it was so
That was like the
violent
shocking
and
scene.
Any
bloody.
spoilers?
I love it. I just love Wanda in this. I don't know how I feel about Wanda's death in it. I don't know how I feel about
I
that.
mean, I don't think she's dead,
I don't think
personally.
she's dead either. Because like it feels so what's the word? Ironic. Not ironic. No, what is it? Is it ironic? No. What do you call it? Like when you expect something big and like when something big happens and then you just get a subpar,
Anticlimactic.
Underwhelming.
underwhelming and anticlimactic end. If that is the end, which I don't think it is. And
It was kind of. I could see
and
why you would say that.
I
America
said that they
was
Jean Raider.
wasted. America was
What do you mean?
wasted potential.
Remember in X2, when Jean had the ocean come on her, but we all know she wasn't
Oh,
there.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, and to your point about America, I felt like she was just an afterthought. Like they just tacked her
Yeah.
on
And
because
I hate
they
it
were
though. I
doing the
hate that.
multiverse,
she
and
was
so
a
they
Yeah.
plot
needed
device in my opinion.
And like
right
speaking of the
exactly.
speaking
It
of the
was a plot device.
multiverse, right? Like okay, no, let me go. Let me finish off my America point and then I'll move on to like the multiverse of this. Is that like she was just such wasted potential. Like again, like as y'all said, she was just used to move characters from one place to
Mm.
another, and that's it. I just hated the fact that when she came on, like she was like a novice. I because how I pictured that she was gonna be like she was gonna be already like somewhat knowledgeable, like not all knowing, but at least she had been knowledgeable about her powers and at least some sense of the multiverse. But then she comes, she's like, "Oh no, my powers only activate when I'm scared, and I can't control my powers like that." Ooh, I just I I don't know. I feel like that trope is somewhat overdone already. So I feel like she should have come with a little bit knowledge and probably like probably give Doctor Strange more insight of the multiverse. And speaking of the multiverse, like we didn't get. I get that they did hop like universes and like you also had like that wonderful scene where they're going through different universes, but I feel like it was underused. The multiverse is in the title, but we only sticked mainly in one universe or two universes for like a good chunk of the movie. And then like you had Strange go into other universe where we had like the Dark Doctor Strange or whatnot. But I feel like it was not utilized as much because especially like look at the musical note scene, like that was such a wonderful creative fight scene. I think like we should have like a fight scene with them probably like jumping to between universes, like we almost had that when we had America punch Wanda almost into another dimension. I wish we had something similar to that like in another fight scene sort of. Maybe I'm being too nitpicky, but I did enjoy it. Don't mind me because I'm nitpicking, but I did enjoy it. But I don't think it's as good as the first Doctor Strange in my opinion. I
Mm.
feel like I enjoyed the first Doctor Strange more. And I know a lot of people don't like the first Doctor Strange or like give like don't appreciate Doctor Strange for what it was. But I feel like Doctor Strange was more creative and what was it? Because like they actually did the dimensions and the universe, and they actually utilized them like a lot in the first Doctor Strange. And but they didn't utilize the multiverse that much. But I love the horror. The horror again. The horror is the best part of this movie. I felt like it should have been a Wanda movie instead of Doctor Strange movie because like it felt like Wanda and Doctor Strange was fighting for dominance in the narrative. And like, cause like sometimes when you see one, I was more interested in what Wanda was doing because it felt like Doctor Strange was just going from place to place, doing like things. And but overall, it was a good watch. It's a good watch. Not my favorite, not in my top 10, but it's a good watch. There,
Okay.
there you go.
All right. Okay.
You want to go or I should go next?
Go next. Go next. You can go next. But yeah,
Okay.
go next. Go ahead.
So overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. Like April, it's not in my top five, and I wouldn't say that it was spectacular. But one thing
Yeah.
I'm going to say this one thing to give this movie a ton of praise, and that's in terms of direction, and just overall the look of the movie. This is the
Yeah.
top 5 MCU movie in that regards, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Solely because like this is a directorial style, like the whole tone and feel of the movie. We've never seen this before in the
Yeah.
entire MCU, and I thoroughly praise Kevin Feige for allowing Sam Raimi to come in there and turn this
Yes.
into an actual horror movie. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think this movie deserves all the praise for that alone.
Yeah.
But in terms of everything else, I kind of have similar gripes with the movie, although it's not to the same extent as April's one. Like in terms of America Chavez, I like I said earlier, she's a plot device. And I would have liked if they had her learn how to control her powers sooner than they did, because they literally
Yeah.
just saved that for the end.
Okay.
And
All right.
I was getting kind of tired of just seeing her be a damsel in distress in a sense, because like
Yeah.
she like she literally only did something at the end of the movie. Like her only contribution was at the very end. So I thought that was a missed opportunity. But I liked
Underused.
her character still though. Like her
Yeah.
personality. I enjoyed her personality and whatnot. Um in terms of the Illuminati, a lot of people say that they was wasted, but I kind of disagree
Yeah, I did
to
have
an
someone
extent.
who
Yeah, I
felt
agree.
bad about that. Like you said, it was wasted. Yeah,
Cause
but
I
I get
feel
with you.
like, cause I feel like that was used to like drive the point home that there are different versions of the Illuminati and there are different universes. So we're gonna get another Illuminati.
Yeah.
Well, not
Uh,
that wasn't how I interpreted that.
mm,
The reason why I said that I don't think that they were wasted per se is because one, the first purpose that they served in this movie was to basically showcase how powerful and how far gone Wanda has become, and
mm,
the second reason is for basically what you were saying, to allude to the fact that this is a group that exists and it's
Mm-hmm.
possible for them to exist in 616 as well.
right.
And so I think that the other main reason why they was in this movie is to basically give Steven the idea to form this group in 616.
Mm,
Because in the comics, this group was formed as a result of what happened with the Kree Skrull War. And I think
bing.
what happened with Thanos is a big enough reason for Steven to want to start this group in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that in terms of that, that's the other reason why he was in this movie. And then the third reason is to basically, I guess, like in terms of Reed, they wanted to like test how people would react to John Krasinski
Yeah.
as the character, and they wanted to test how if people wanted your boy from Star Trek to
Professor.
come back as Black Bolt,
Uh,
and then like as well as to like do like a little Easter eggs type of stuff or whatever, yada yada yada.
Also, to add on
So
to your sorry to interrupt. But also to add on to the oh god Reed thing, I feel like they're also alluding to me like because like we know that Fantastic Four movie is coming out, or I believe there is one coming out.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
and like since like he gave the hint that like he still has a wife and kids, maybe we might see his wife and kids.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
a
that
post maybe a post
yeah,
Reed
That's another thing.
death like
yeah,
Fantastic Four. That'd be very interesting. I think that's
yeah.
what
They
they
they hinted at Valeria and Franklin and
yeah.
Sue, but I forgot another thing. Another thing that they used Reed for in particular was to set up Secret Wars again,
Yeah.
because the whole thing with incursions, that's one of
Mm,
the big factors that led to Secret Wars in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he mentioned it there, as well as it being in the mid credit scene with Cleo, like
Yeah.
they clearly planning more seeds for Secret Wars as well. So that's another thing.
That's probably the next big Avengers movie
Yeah,
that
that's
we're gonna
definitely the
see.
next big thing they working towards for sure. But yeah, other than that, my other gripe with the movie is that the second act felt disjointed, and that's solely because like even though I gave reasoning as to why the Illuminati was in this movie, they still felt like they were wasted still
Yeah,
because
a little underused.
they just came in there to die, basically.
Yeah, and so
So
A
the,
little underused, yeah.
and yeah, but
yeah,
on that point, yeah, that was the gripe. It was
I
like
think they're just
you
probably
could have
for like fan service maybe.
you could have
yeah.
Partly.
showcased Wanda's power by still letting them put up a fight, more of a
Because
fight
I
I
than they
mean,
man, because
to
I
be
thought
fair to
and
Professor X
Juan,
was gonna have
that
some.
to be
I
that's
thought
fair,
really
Professor X was gonna have
really
like
apart from
some
Charles,
that's really
no
struggle.
one else on that team could see Wanda. To
no,
be
Yeah.
fair,
obviously, but still, like people felt like it should have. At this point, you already fought someone at the scale of Thanos. You should have
yeah.
at least had some form of a strategy or plan to
I mean,
tackle
but
another
remember,
powerful being.
it
So
was the
it
Doctor
was
Strange from their timeline that killed Thanos, and they killed Doctor Strange, and
yeah, but
that Doctor Strange also had the Darkhold. So
they still handled it. They still dealt with that situation. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
It
I
was saying
guess
they
They still
survived,
dealt.
so they should at least put in more work.
Right. And it's like your only
maybe
plan
they got too
was because
complacent.
we have Black Bolt. It was that's what's complacement, and you
Yeah,
pretty much gave her. Well, this is what he. It's like so. A lot
Yeah,
of it was a
Reed
bit of
screwed over Blackwood.
inconsistent. Right.
yeah,
It was some inconsistencies in terms of the characters themselves in that whole
yeah.
situation. It didn't have to be as big of a wash as it was, but it could have been to where it's like, oh, you see them put up this fight, and it's like, oh, dang, but she still overpowers them. So
Because
it's like
I was
then
shocked that
Yeah,
it
Professor
makes it as
X
a bit
went
more
down so
impactful.
easily. I was shocked that because I thought
Yeah,
like of
that's what other people
anyone, I
too.
thought of anyone who could at least like not eat like me like well yeah he was gonna still die but like I mean at least thought like be at least some form of
Yeah, but that's what
struggle.
I'm saying.
put up
Stuff like
more
that.
of a fight. Yeah,
Yeah, because like
It
that's
could have been
Professor
more.
X, man.
It could have been more of an effort, and it was such a build up to them as well. It
Especially
really
like they
was.
yeah.
kept
It,
throwing it in the trailer, so you thought like they
yeah,
had like a bigger impact, but
right.
no,
Mhm.
not
Even though it was
really.
cool to see, and I was shocked that they actually got Frank Kaminsky
Yeah,
to be in the lead role. Um, it could have it was a lot more they could have done with the
yeah.
Illuminati, like at least sort of a maybe a bigger role or
That's how
like
I feel.
sooner. It was just like you said, it felt more Easter eggish
Yeah,
than anything else than just being a plot device
which leads to it
for the
being
story.
disjointed.
Right.
What I thought would have been cool is if they had Reed and Charles survive and like Wanda like somehow destroys their universe, and
Uh,
then Stephen would be like, "Oh, y'all can just come in our universe or whatever."
see, and
And
I'm glad you mentioned that
Yeah,
because that was another thing that I discussed on the side with someone else that they could have done to whereas that world became destroyed. Well, I saw a lot of people mention it, and you just converge the universes, and that's how
yeah,
you bring in Reed, and that's how you bring in the
the
X Men,
mutant,
like, and then
yeah,
you come right, and now
or to
they
even have Reed's side like prepare for war with Doctor Strange side,
hmm
maybe. I don't know. Because like what like their Wanda literally just wrecks shit up on their side, so it would
yeah,
give them a lot. It would give them a lot of
yeah,
like incentive to like try and get over on Doctor Strange side and get some form of justice.
yeah. And I think that would have worked too because one of the biggest things that people are wondering in terms of the mutants is how they gonna integrate them into the MCU because
right,
Charles and Magneto, their shit happened in like the 60s,
Yeah,
and that's a whole big thing. So
yeah.
like, how
That you
you
can't
gonna
just
explain that in
ignore that.
the MCU?
You're right that it
I think
didn't
the only
exist.
way they can introduce that is probably through like another universe or like
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like
yeah,
if they combine it with another universe, then they could be like, oh, they came from another universe, but we could still tell their story because
yeah,
their story still happened in their universe, and that way it won't contradict anything in the MCU.
yeah.
Yeah, but
So
so, yeah, but
if
that's still that really is still to be
I
remain
think that's
as
probably why they
how
bringing
they're
back the
about to do
old
that.
X-Men to Disney Plus. So
yeah,
I mean, they did a
yeah,
lot of stuff in terms of bringing it back.
yeah,
But yeah, my yeah, a lot of I'd say a lot of the same sentiments with you guys, except with American Java. It really just felt like she was an afterthought to me. Simply put,
yeah,
I did not like the actor that they got. At least I don't like her. I didn't like her performance in the movie that much.
hmm,
Uh, the Scarlet Witch scenes were definitely again like the best scenes every
yeah,
time that she was like the whole interaction of that simply because one I loved how they showcased her powers, and then the whole
Mm-hmm.
horror aspect I love too because of loving horror.
She
So
that
every
reflection.
time it was, yeah, it felt interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like a lot was going on. I was
Yeah.
engaged. Um, for me too, the Strange and America stuff was a bit slow
Yeah.
in regards of what was going on
Because
storytelling. It just felt like it was there so much just to be there because now we
yeah.
have these two characters, but not like so much as it's driving the plot
Which
along.
is why I think like it should have been more wonderful because it should have been really more in this movie.
But I felt
That's
we
how I
got a
feel.
ton of Wonder, which is why I like the movie a lot
I
because
really love it.
we
Yeah.
got, I feel like we did get a lot of Wonder, so that's why I actually loved it. If there was less Wonder, I felt I may have had a different
Yeah, if it
appreciation
was
for the
less, I
movie.
don't know. If it was less Wanda, I don't know how I feel because I feel like Wanda
Yeah,
carried the
I would
movie.
have different. Yeah, I would have different appreciation for the movie. Now, mind you, a lot of people assume that the movie would have been more of a team up with Strange and Wanda, and not more
Yeah,
of Wanda taking
because
control.
how I assumed that like this is how I thought that the movie was going to go because like you know how at the end of one division like she hears a cry for her children, so I assumed that you know maybe that was like probably something similar to Sean Lee, I and the Sean Chi, sorry, because like you know how his father was lured to the
Hmm.
place by this
Hmm.
voice. I thought like you know maybe that was the dark hole trying like you know take
Hmm.
control of one because
Hmm.
like you do see Wanda like just keep like like you know you could see it in her eyes and her whole body like she's like she was slowly deteriorating in a sense
Yeah,
of
Yeah.
yeah.
losing
The
herself.
Darko was
So I
starting to
thought
take over.
like, you know, they would discover, oh, this was just like, you know, the Darko trying to use you or whatever was like inside the tome or whatever was trying to use you. And then like both of them would eventually team up and handle it. But no, it just kept going with Wanda's craziness. And I was just, I felt like that. I felt like if they had used that little plot piece, maybe the two narratives of Wanda and Doctor Strange would have like made this movie flow better. In a sense, it's like right now, like you had Wanda doing her thing, and then you just had Doctor Strange over yonder doing random things. I guess, slowly
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
discovering
yeah, yeah,
himself.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You did. Like, yeah, Strange's plot point had a lot to do with Christine, um,
Yeah,
and
I,
and yeah, and shifting the, I guess, how almost it was almost similar to what Tony had to go through, to where it's like,
I
oh, Tony
guess.
doesn't have a heart, or like he doesn't learn, like he hasn't learned how to like pretty much sacrifice. You
Well,
know,
in
not,
Doctor
but it
Strange
was that
case, it was
what
about like
Captain
depending on
America
other
told him,
people.
right? He would never be the guy to take the bullet for the other
Yeah,
guy. It was sort of like that in a sense.
it was like a fast
With
forward
Strange,
version of Tony's journey
yeah,
in one
with
movie.
Doctor Strange. But yeah, so for me, yeah, it was still a really good movie. Like I said, I
yeah,
appreciate most too because they came up the gate running. Like they
yeah,
didn't, which is another thing. The movie players out with an expectancy that you know what's happening. Like that
mm-hmm.
you don't need a lot of hand holding in terms of what's going on here, what's going on there. And I know that was a lot of some people's issue as well as to why they felt like, oh, what's going on with Wanda, why Wanda doing this. From basically not seeing One Division and stuff like that. Even though the movie
Yeah,
itself does, I mean, it does a pretty good job of still like giving you like what you needed to know in
a little
terms
bit.
of
They give you
going on with Wanda. But
breadcrumbs.
there was a lot of times like people felt like her character was different, but I disagree with. Also disagreeing that WandaVision didn't mean it because it did. Because like you said, if you know what the dark hole is, you know that
Yeah,
it corrupts its user. So with them
Yeah.
hearing her kids from this movie, we learned that, oh, she was hearing them in different universes. And
yeah,
so now with that corruption brings back up more of like the grief that Wanda had.
yeah. The
Where it's like,
corruption like leads to the
yeah, and
obsession.
so even though you may have felt like, oh, Wanda felt regret for taking over the town, even though she lost it, the Darkhold brings that back up. So now she's
Mm-hmm.
like she still feels resentment for a lot of things because she hasn't, like, everyone else life was able to just move on peacefully, but she hasn't had that same opportunity. So that
So
was a lot of the driving force behind
just made me feel
her
so
actions.
sorry for Wanda. My
mean,
poor heart. I don't know. My poor heart
I
goes
mean,
to Wanda because Wanda
I am.
literally has no one.
I don't hate
You
so
know what
much
when it
on
really
the
hit home
part.
for me?
I don't.
April,
Yeah.
What?
when Wanda tell Steven, he was like, "You break the rules and you become the hero,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if I break the
Yeah.
rules, I become the villain. How
I
is
mean,
that fair?"
I always liked that from the trailer, but it was really more so
I
the
also
sacrifice
like
she saw
the
when she saw the visions. Like I had to pretty much shoot a hole through the head.
because yeah,
I
like
love. Don't
when
talk to
Doctor
me
Strange
about
man.
sacrifice, Stevie.
Yeah,
I had like that was an impactful
I
scene.
really
Like
like that too
I appreciate that.
when
But
Steve was
I was about to say, I'm not so much on the side of so much feeling sorry for Wanda, more so that I am just more on the side of that I am here for an evil Scarlet Witch. Like personally,
Oh,
like
I
that's me
mean, yeah,
personally.
yeah.
I'm all for it
I'm
because
just
it's like,
fully here for
girl,
like her just being the villain.
I want,
Me personally,
I want her just
even though I know, even
destroyed.
though we've already established her as the at this point the flawed hero, and that's what they're going for.
Mm-hmm.
I would have just had her lean all the way in to just being
To
the
be a
villain,
villain.
to whereas like how her run is in some of the comics, to her just being the villain,
Mm-hmm.
especially of being Magneto's daughter, is like I would have just had to be like, well, if I can't have my kids, then no one can have my kids, and I just that's just it. That I just go on the rampage, and because that
Kind of
and
thought
we
that's
thought
where she
about
was gonna end up. You know.
right, and because we talked about the end, and you said it was a big anticlimactic. I
Yeah.
agree. I do felt that was a very abrupt
Do you think
end
Wanda lied?
to
Do you
her
think she
arc
lied?
of what do you mean lying in which way?
Lied that she like literally destroyed all the Darkos. Do you think that? Do you think that she lied,
Um,
Well,
I
or she actually did
they saw
that?
the other one get destroyed. We just
right.
That's
You
yeah.
can
true.
only assume at this point.
Cause like, what if she
You can
destroyed
only assume at this
everything,
point.
all the Darkos in all the other universes, but her own?
You can only assume at this point because at the end of the day, for her to even get it, she would still need to travel to
Yeah,
different universes to even get a hold. So you
yeah,
can only assume. But no,
Yeah.
like I felt that was a very abrupt end to her character
yeah.
arc. It's like she just had the moment looking at the kids, seeing how scared they were, and it's like I feel like, I guess. I mean, all right. No, for real. That's like all right. We did all of this, but it just ends like that. I so
Like,
it is what it is.
why can we have a
But
Wanda
the
versus
ending,
Wanda fight? Why couldn't we get that?
I thought we were
And then they
like
did. They just did
I
not deliver on that. It's
from the
like,
trailer,
damn.
I honestly thought we might have gotten that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
but
Me too.
I
they
thought we
just
would have
they
gotten
just dropped they just dropped the
that,
ball on that
but
opportunity
but it
there.
is. But yeah, you know what it is. What it is.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I was saying, like I've been saying, I can see why people have mixed reviews about it, especially if you just look at it from simply a plot standpoint. Is a lot of
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
holes, a lot of inconsistencies, slow parts of the movie, where you just kind of just don't care about it and just like, all right, just you kind of just move along. Um, the highs were very high though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
The highs were very high, and like I said, the whole horror aspect, and I appreciate. Like I know a lot of people have felt differently about this, but with Marvel, I appreciate a lot of the. I appreciate the movies that they have actually said, let's take a chance with how
Yeah.
we build this formula for this movie, and like not doing the same formula. So I have a deep appreciation for that. I know that's not a lot of people's opinion, but I do have a deep appreciation. So I appreciated stuff like the Eternals and how they told that story.
Mm-mm.
I
That's a
appreciate
myth.
Oh,
That's a myth.
no.
no, but I'm saying
I like that they wanted it to be different, but
that's what I'm
But
saying.
they
That's what I'm
didn't
saying.
succeed.
that's a myth.
But I still I
Yeah.
still but I still appreciate them making an attempt to say like, hey, we're gonna do something different with this, and I appreciate them
And
doing
you
the hard work
did.
with that.
You
So
did,
that's
Mm.
what
and
it
you
is.
failed.
But I mean,
That was a
me
myth.
personally,
Through
like
and through.
I've been saying this, I had no issue with the journals, but that's me personally. I know everyone else feels differently about that, but I
I'm
have no
side eyeing you.
I have appreciation for the journals. I had no real beef with that.
I have
The
no
horror aspect,
intention of watching that again.
No.
I mean, no, I mean, it ain't
You know,
really a movie.
I had to push myself to finish Eternal. I was like, Jesus.
April, I
Uh,
fell asleep during Eternals.
it wasn't that bad for me. It wasn't that bad for me at
I
all.
fall
And
straight
Eternals,
to sleep.
Eternals had long periods of nothing. They had long
Nothing
periods of nothing.
yeah, there's a
involving
lot of
characters I didn't even care
it
about.
was
That
You
was
Eternals,
had Angelina Jolie, and like you just
her
did
character
not
was
use
so
her.
boring
and
and one dimensional.
I mean, yeah, a lot of them were because they just had different. They had more of straight line personalities.
Yes.
Yes, straight line personality.
Yeah.
How I view it, Eternals too, was the same way a lot of people end up viewing doing in terms of feeling
Doing.
it. No, let me say in terms of feeling like nothing happened because there was a lot of building of that, like a lot of because a lot of people didn't like doing because of that. Like there's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for?
Mm.
It's escaping me.
Exposition?
Yes, yes, it was a lot of that. So that's how I ended up viewing it. It was like this is building, like just as like oh these are the characters,
Well,
these are the
Because
Eternals.
I feel
This
like
is what
I
well,
feel
what
like
the Black
the
Knight.
difference
This
between
is
they
doing
spoke
and
so
and
much.
this is giving us the Black Knight and stuff like that. So like when the second run comes around, we go, oh no, what is this? And then a different story in a way that is
That's
told.
if
So
they
that's
get
how
a
I
second
ended up.
one.
That's how I ended up viewing. That's how I ended up viewing Eternals.
I can I don't co-sign that fully because stuff did happen in doing. Like,
No, I'm not saying stuff didn't happen in Doom, but I'm saying is that a lot because of the way you said, like with Eternals,
well,
it was a lot
with
of
doing it wasn't
telling of
conclusive. Doing
this,
wasn't
this right.
conclusive,
Mm.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
because it's only
yeah.
the first part of the book.
Agreed, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's like we're having these, and it's probably an establishing these characters like you definitely don't know anything about, like about. Um, so
Yeah,
them going about that route is like it was a lot of telling this story, going from this point to this point, just basically so we can get certain things and certain aspects. It didn't feel like a movie where it's like we wanted you to like fall in love with this film. We just wanted to get this so we can establish things and let you know like
yeah.
these things were have been established. So when you see them again, you know why they
Right.
have been established, and
I
that's
don't
how I
think
ended up.
Eternals do that, but
That's why
that's definitely what doing did.
that's what I felt about. That's what
That's
I felt.
how
No, I mean
they
especially
did.
with giving us the Black Knight, explaining to us
Bro, what did
just
Jon Snow
just
do in that movie?
just Celestials. I mean, Jon Snow wasn't there to do. He had no. Well, they said early that Jon Snow didn't have like a monument, like big part. We know what he's going to be because
Yeah,
we know the character and because of the end credit scenes. Sure,
yeah,
he was never meant to have like. So I was never expecting him to have like a huge any role inside of that like at all. When I watched the Eternals, like that's I never expected that. That's it. So yeah, but yeah, so that's what I mean. I viewed it. That's how I viewed it. But yeah, like, but still, I want Marvel to still can keep doing different things like when they can.
You
Like
could.
I don't want them to just even if the formula doesn't pan out like how they want, you can still even still do the and still look back at it
Just don't
and
do it
say
Eternal suit. Just don't
but
do
no,
it
but I'm
Eternal
saying you can
suit.
still look
yeah.
back
Yeah,
at it
you
and say,
could.
okay, this didn't
That's a
work. This
lesson.
how we can take, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the aspect that they still have in their mind, hey, let's try something different is still
I'm all
appreciated
for that.
without a
We
doubt.
do
But
do
Damn.
it different,
yeah,
and hopefully you
yeah,
hit. That's
but
all I'm hoping for. You hit.
yeah, so yeah, so that was it. So yeah, Doctor
Oh
Strange
yeah, I
probably
forgot to give my score.
oh,
I gave the movie 8.5.
I give it
The
an
point five is because Sam made me sick.
8.
So
No, but yeah, I give it
yeah.
8. I get no. They came very close. I feel as far as they could with
uh,
a PG-13 rating. Um,
I
probably
guess
they
I'll
came very
boost my
close.
7.5 to
They
an
gave it very
8.
close. They
I
give
don't
it.
know, but part of me feels bad. Like part of me feels wrong boosting that up to 8. I
I mean, keep
feel
it to
that
what you want it to be, but I just
because
saying it
I
was an 8
still
for me
think it's
because
7 point. I
I love
still
horror,
believe it's
and
7.
that was
I love horror.
the
That's
huge
why it has a
aspect of it. So
7.5.
that's why
Like
the 8 for me. And I
it's
love
I
Wanda's
don't want
character.
I don't want to bring Bubble into this because like Bubble is horrible because like how we just like
Mhm,
how we just give a Bubble like the 6 because the animation and the music carried it. That's
mhm.
how I feel with my 7.5 rating of um Multiverse of Madness. The horror and Wanda carried Multiverse of Madness to the 7.5, and then it would have been
I,
an 8. But then the plot and structure and some of the misused and underused characters dragged it down to 7.5. Boom.
I like
That's
Steven's
my reason.
character arc in this because I related to it a bit
Mhm.
in terms of like I ain't gonna put all my business out there, but when everybody was asking Steven if he happy, I was like, I
Yeah,
felt
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. That was a
I felt
Yeah.
that.
that was a very deep, yeah, deep. simple but deep questions.
Yeah, I know.
That
I do applaud.
they
I do applaud that they give
kept running.
Steven like that character boost. Like speak like yeah, I get like that they did give him like that that development. I was like, there you go.
Yeah,
Because
because I
I
guess he
just
never
did not
had.
like how they had America like at the temple learning. Part of me is just so turned off by that with just her
Yeah,
just
that thing
learning the
confused me
thing.
because I was
I was
Me
like,
like,
too.
why?
she ain't
Yeah.
a
I was like,
sorcerer.
why is she
Eggs.
there?
Right, that's what
She
it's so
already can
it's when they
make
do stuff like that too.
portals.
I'd be like, I didn't understand why they needed to make her so unless it was just a simply in a way to train her to get her to be able to use her powers.
She like
But because
she's like
in
the Peter
essence being
Parker.
as
She's
a
the
way
Peter Parker to his Tony.
of travel,
That's
well
powerful.
well deeper if you look at
That's
it at a deeper
the
level,
magical Tony, the magical Tony and Peter Parker.
if you
There we
look at it
go.
at a deeper level, his and you look back to Wanda saying, "Why are you going so far for a child you just met?" If you think
Hmm.
back to the aspect of how he lost his sister, and that was the
Yeah,
driving force for Stephen to become a doctor, and he was never able to save his sister. You can look
yeah.
at America as kind of like that, like as his sister that he was never able to save. So he's going
I
to try
guess yeah.
and protect her as much as he can and not go the route of taking her powers and killing her as a way to save her, as a means to save her. But
That's
instead,
also
encouraging her is like, no, you can control your powers, you can use them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can look at it like that too.
also like his way of like finally like depending on other people, like letting other people carry the load
Yeah, because right, they introduced that as well
because
with her.
like Christine, because like
You always have to hold the knife. He's like,
they
you always
bring yeah, you always have to hold the knife. So it's like it's him, like because
have.
even at the end, even though he gave that only Sam Raimi could have a zombie Doctor Strange given an inspirational speech in a zombie
Yeah,
body. Only Sam Raimi could
that's
give
why I
that,
sound so sick.
and, and like
Behind
because
him.
like he could have taken the life force from her and and then like try finish off one, but like he didn't. He's like, you know what, you got this, you go kick, you gotta kick some ass. It's just sorry. It was just
I
because
don't
like
appreciate it.
half his mouth was missing. It was just, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Sorry.
Sam Raimi ain't got no sense.
No, we
But it
don't.
was a cool scene though. I was like, I didn't expect to
Because
see this.
it's a scene that I never seen before.
No, he
I
did.
I still shocked that we saw Black Bull's head get squished,
Listen, I like
That's
the
and we saw
that
Peggy
was
get cut in half.
I did not
I
think
was
that
like
that was gonna happen to Black Bolt.
this. I
I
was
just
like,
thought Black
oh,
Bolt was just not gonna like be able to use his
Listen,
power. When
my
she
that
said
was
jaw was on the ground.
no, one of
that's
my
why I was like,
favorite
Sam
lines was
ain't
when she
playing
said
around with
to
this movie.
Reed, like when
I'm like,
She asks Reed, she say, "Is their mother still alive?" And he say, "Yeah." She say, "Oh well,
they
they'll
got
have
someone to
someone
raise
to
them.
raise
I
them."
was like, no, Sam ain't playing with this movie. That's when I was really like, Sam ain't playing. Like, no, you doing a lot.
But no, that Black Bolt death, that was so horrifying. Like, oh my god. Even like after like watching like what she did to Reeds and to Captain Carr, like that is just an image that just is in my head. Cause like it's like what mouth? And then
Oh,
he's gonna
the
poof.
shield cutting her in half, babe. That fucked me up, babe. I say, whoa,
And
they
then they
just
shut
do that?
up on it. Yeah, they did. I was like, yo, see, that's why I was like, I can't wait to see Blade because I can't wait to see what they do with Blade. Because if they doing this with Moon Knight and they doing this with Doctor Strange, I want to see Blade.
Real
Man,
talk.
Moon Knight, oh
I
my
want to see what
gosh.
I want to see
We
what
didn't really get a chance to
they
talk about
did.
Moon Knight, you know. We didn't
Oh, you
really
did.
get to talk about Moon Knight. Moon Knight was so good. Oh my god.
The Moon Knight was an excellent show.
It was so good.
That's the
Start,
best TV show so far.
That's the best. That's the because like every episode looked like movie. Look like I was actually watching a movie on the big screen. That's how much quality it had in each episode. I'm like, I
Yeah.
want to know what the budget was. I really want to know what their budget
not even the
was.
style. It was just the plot too, the acting, like everything
Yes.
around it was like it was the best. Outside of Loki, it was definitely the best show.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Because like this
WandaVision,
now like for
one,
me this now pushes this like Moon Knight is at top and then you have Loki then
mhm,
WandaVision.
yeah, yeah, I agree.
Number three for me is Hawkeye.
Yeah, I love
That's
Hawkeye
my
too.
number three.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're close for me too. Like Hawkeye comes right after WandaVision.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to like Hawkeye as much as I did,
I
but
really love Hawkeye. It's like,
Hawkeye
I
oh.
was cool.
love that so much.
Hawkeye was
Kate
cool.
Bishop is
Hawkeye,
everything. And then
Yeah.
they add Yelena to the
I
mix.
was about
Oh
to
I
my
say,
god.
know.
I was about to say,
I need a spin
I
off with
don't
them too, like now.
I know. I need a team up series with them. Give me a team up
Right?
series with them.
I was gonna say,
Perfect.
The new Black Widow and Hawkeye. Come on, let's go. Let's do
Yes.
this. Let's
but I
do
was gonna
this.
say though, even though Eternals ain't like my most, Black Widow was still my least favorite of this phase so far. I just happy to be done
Ah,
here. I still happy
That's
to get.
Eternal.
no,
Eternals is the worst out of this
no.
phase
Yeah,
so far.
Eternals is the worst, and then you have Black Widow.
I found Black Widow.
Eternals, then Black Widow.
I found more
Yeah.
entertainment with Eternals than I did with Black Widow. That was me personally.
It's
That
for me
No,
it's,
at
especially
it's
least,
because
no
at
way
least, at
home.
especially
least,
because I
at
Soft
felt
to
least Black
say it.
Widow.
especially because I felt Black Widow was a bit too late. I honestly
Yeah,
did not care.
It is too late.
That's what I'm saying. Like I honestly did not
because
care
cause
that
I was
much.
watching them in
Honestly,
order. I was watching them all, but
outside
then
of
when
the
I saw
fact
the
that
dates, I was like, damn, this come out
to
late.
give us a hint that they kind of like creating the West Coast Avengers in a sense. Outside of that, but it's like I didn't really care for Black Widow. It's like I was just watching it because it's like, all right, let me watch it to see what happens.
I
Yeah.
was more entertained. I was
I
more
watch it out of
entertained with Black
obligation,
Widow.
or out of obligation more than anything. Yeah, I
Like
found
for
that. But
It
me,
then it's
was
like,
Black
really
Widow gave.
obligation.
I
I
didn't know
wanted
I
to
watched
see
it. Me
her
personally,
backstory.
I watched it.
Yeah,
I'm not
And
gonna
I
lie.
was interested in Yelena. Like I was very
That's what I'm
interested
saying.
in
Like
Yelena.
about
I
people
So,
not
know.
being on
I
Yelena.
love her. Like she was like she even did like she like I think like the MVP of Black Widow was Yelena, and
if
Yes,
she
yeah,
was
of course.
yes,
Like
she was. Cause
that's
like
without a
I
doubt.
like remember when she
yes,
was making fun of like the landing pose that she always do.
I
Yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah, 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 yeah. I'm like,
It
wow,
was
this
like, why do you do this every
why you
time?
there?
Why do you do
What?
this? Like you are
What's the
such a
reason?
poser.
Like,
No, yeah, yeah.
And then when she
I
talked about her vest, when she talked about the vest with the pockets, I was like, ah.
yeah,
I was like, that's me. I love things with pockets as well. I say, look at that. There are so many pockets. I could put so many things in these pockets.
I love listen. That's why I say I love
she's a
anytime
godsend to me. I love
I
her.
know. Can we
she's
have a movie? Can we have a
on
movie with
screen.
Lena, please?
Hopefully they add up whenever they do.
Yeah.
If they do the, I guess what Young Avengers.
Or New
Wait, she would think
Avengers,
of
maybe?
she would the V lady.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true. So it would be like the West Coast
Yeah.
Avengers kind of thing.
Kate would be in the West Coast Avengers, but I don't know.
Okay, would be with the Young Avengers
And she with West
because
Coast too?
she's supposed to be with the Young Avengers.
Man, listen,
And
I
this
just want.
in irrigation in
Because,
this,
like,
yeah, at least she's supposed to be. What is it?
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
but
know.
if they do it, she will.
I read this one fan. I read this. I'm reading this really good fan fiction. Don't knock fan fiction, but I'm reading this really good fan fiction where like Peter like sort of like brings up the new Avengers. Like you have Peter, Kate, and Elena, and then Wanda over there just kicking ass as this new Avengers group in this fan fiction. It's
Why
like
wonder?
shush. Okay, because like what
I
happened? Like
mean,
okay, so
Wonder Woman.
in this fan fiction, right? It was about like when the snap happened, it was like instead of Peter them getting snapped, you had Tony them getting snapped, and so it was just Peter and then Elena and then Kate and then Wanda. Like they were like the ones that are, well, at least of the current Avengers, Peter and Wanda were just left, and we were just like the only ones left, and so Peter, like, say, well, we gotta try and get everybody back. And then, like, Elena came looking for her sister, and then she became part of the thing. And then Kate, like, Kate with her, like, Hawkeye, like, idealism, or, like, her fangirlism, like, she ended up coming into, like, contact with them. And then, like, they formed this new Avengers, and it's such a good fan fiction. It's called The Other Side on Archive of Our Own. Listen, people who like fan fictions, I recommend that, especially if you like Marvel fan fictions. And if you like Peter Parker fan fictions, then I heavily suggest The Other Side. Let me see if I can find the name of the author real quick. Listen, this is a good fan fiction, and
Yeah,
I am recommending
yeah,
this.
too much cannons.
Like I getting dizzy
Hmm.
nodding my head now.
Yeah, they can Disney don't do
Lord,
my
I can't pronounce this person's name, but anyway, I'll throw it
head.
on Twitter. I'll throw it up on the Twitter.
Good reason. But yeah, man.
What have we come to?
I swear. But
Recommending
overall,
fan
Listen,
fiction.
listen,
no,
listen,
it was
listen.
really
This
good.
is my point of view. Read
Uh huh.
fan fictions that are written by people who are in college or people who are professors. They're the ones that write good fan fictions, like good world building, good character building. Listen, it's like you reading a good novel. Don't read trash that made by people who don't know how to spell, who don't know how to write plot for nothing. You write because there are English majors and English professors that are on Archive of Our Own. They're writing good fan fiction. Some people like like they getting ready to write their actual novels, but they're writing like some fan fictions, to like help like do building blocks of their novels. It's really good. Some very good fan fiction on there written by very talented people.
Very good.
Cool.
I don't deny
Very
Mhm.
that.
good.
I don't deny that at
Yeah.
all.
There you
Yeah.
go.
It's in the
So
slightest.
read fan fiction today.
Still not reading it.
Read the right
Let
fan
let
fiction.
let the
Kidding.
record be shown that I do not co-sign that.
I, you can
If
read
Vicky was
it.
here, I'm
I'm
sure
not.
Vicky will
Hey,
co-sign it.
listen. More
Wait,
party, man. If y'all like fan fiction, at least I haven't
yeah.
read
It's
fan fiction in
good.
a long
It's
time. I'm
good.
not.
Yeah.
So,
But somebody
but
tried to
If
get
you
me to
like
read a
reading
Sakura fan fiction and I almost died.
a
I
what?
say so. I say someone tried to get me to read a Sakura fan fiction before, and I just was like, "Why are you
Oh
doing this
no.
to me?"
Mm-mm.
yeah, yeah. See that? See no.
I don't read
Oh,
fan fiction. I don't read fan fictions on characters I don't like. I don't.
See, I can't like. On one hand, I think it's a good concept, but on the other hand, I just could get upset because it ain't canon, it ain't real. I never could see anything come from this.
I know, but still, it's the like it's the like just like when you read in the book.
It's like
It's
selling
just
myself a dream, April. I
I
can't do that.
love the dream. I love the dream. I love the dream. Man,
anyway, and who?
some fan fictions fit they fix some of the flaws in Endgame. I'm like, did not think about
That's
that shit
because
before.
people have too many head canons in there. That's why it fixes flaws. Because people have things they think should happen and shit.
Yeah, but
Head
it's
canon
written
is a
so.
powerful thing.
It's written
A
It
lot,
so.
a
is.
lot of head canon in the
It
attack
is.
on Titan community.
It is. Used incorrectly. It can destroy your
Yeah,
viewpoint. That's why it's not good to have too much head canon.
yeah.
No,
Far, it's definitely not good to have too much head
no.
canon. But yeah, overall, Doctor Strange is a very enjoyable movie. I
I
liked
think
it.
we could collectively give it an 8.
Yes,
Yeah, that's collectively.
it's
Yeah, we could give it an 8.
definitely a collective
You
eight.
got an 8.
Must
Wait,
watch.
how did? Yeah, you got
Must
8. There you
watch.
go.
Must watch.
Yes, yes,
On that
yes.
scale. On that scale. Now, I guess we can move on to some more anime related stuff
Yeah.
for the pod. Any news happening this week? I Today's
Oma.
Today is Goku Day.
something. No
Really?
way. What?
Is his birthday?
Today
Or
is
it's
what?
just Goku Day?
What do you
It's
mean?
Go is 5 in Japanese, and
Uh huh.
Kyu is 9 in Japanese. So
Yes, you're right.
Goku Day.
Oh my god, it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're right. I didn't. I was thinking about that. I was like,
damn. I
what?
wish I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? So people
It,
actually
I didn't
celebrate
know that.
this,
And then yesterday was Go On Day.
like true.
yesterday was Gohan Day.
It
Oh,
Yeah.
was. If you look
I
at
should
it
have
like that,
eaten. Oh, I should have tried find. Like, I should have tried eat some rice.
some rice.
Gohan is rice.
I ate a lot of rice for that. So I
I
guess
probably would have got found like
that's that.
maybe some sushi. Sushi have rice on it.
Possibly,
Sushi have sticky rice on it.
possibly. I mean, if you don't have any other news, I did want to
Man,
mention.
shoot, if I knew yesterday was Gohan Day, man, I could have at least put something up
I
there.
feel like I
I don't know.
retweeted something yesterday for
I
Go
don't know.
On Day. Or was that Saturday? I don't remember. Because you know how Japan, their days is be like hours ahead on. So when it was
Yeah.
still Saturday for us, it was Go On Day for them.
For them, right? It was Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know that's how it works. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I did not
Time zones.
recognize this time. What?
Time zones.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. But yeah, but I wanted to mention like so over the weekend. I don't know how where this started. I didn't even realize this was that much of a thing, but for some odd reason, it's popping up much more. These figurines that's been popping up recently.
Oh no, no.
I have to.
What
have to
figurines? What
I have to
figurines?
mention it because like this is such a good representation of how left the anime community always seems to find
Yeah,
itself doing.
the
So
horny is strong.
listen, I don't think people understand, and I'm convinced of it wholeheartedly at this point. Anime watchers are some of the horniest people you will ever meet in your
Yeah,
entire life. I don't know if Cam's still here listening to this, right? But
that's
I
fact.
can imagine that he's here shaking his head right now, right? Anime, listen to me and listen to me good. Anime people who watch anime are some of the horniest people you would ever meet in your life. So apparently
Amen. That's true.
there are figurines going around, like regular figurines of some of your favorite anime characters, like a Mikasa, like a Miriam, like an Aaron, so
A
forth and so
Zoro.
on. Right, a Yor, like so forth and so on, right? You think that they're regular, regular figurines and pretty decent prices, may I add. Pretty freaking decent prices, right? These figurines, for some odd reason, are also made and has the capability of being naked, and not only naked, but full on detail naked. To where
Yeah,
that is one of the selling points. So you could
April. I surprised you didn't see the Aaron one. That was
no,
going
No,
around
I
like
need.
that
crazy.
It's not a way for you to post these figures.
and I want to also add,
What are
I
these
did.
figurines called?
and I need to look at the camera when I say this.
What are the figurines called? I want to know what the
There,
figurines are
there
called.
is the anime community horny, and then there are the women that inhabit the anime community horny.
Yeah,
Y'all are some horny creatures. I'm talking
yeah,
to you,
okay.
every female who watches
April. Like
anime.
the
Why?
detail they put in this nigga dick, I just was like, bro,
Why? But
why?
why? In God's name is there?
What are these called?
I don't.
What are these
They're just
things
anime
called?
figures. It's not like no name to it.
just search,
It's
just
just
search naked
figurines.
Aaron on Twitter, and you probably could find it.
It's
Oh,
by
on Twitter. Okay,
Atlas. I think
Yeah,
Atlas Studio. It may be the one that makes it. They're just figures. There's no name to them. But
it
Twitter.
why?
is
Why is there
why that
legitimately
exists? Wait,
an erect airing? Like, why is
yes,
there
dude.
just an erect
He was
airing?
erect.
Like full on
It's
balls to
like
the wall.
Let's
about to
see.
watch a
There's
hentai? Like what?
It's like, yo, why do these
naked.
exist?
Say naked Aaron figure.
Yeah,
Or something like that. I'm like, yo, must we be this horny all the time? Like, is it
exactly.
necessary? Like every single moment, like bro, they literally
Okay,
you
my
you
Twitter's
can
just
look up
lagging, man.
the skirts and everything. I'm like, yo,
The
I think
intrigue on April's face right now said that
anime
we
community because I'm like, this is what I'm
look
Whoa.
saying.
it up,
You
look
know,
it up, look it
you're
up.
some freaky people. You're
But
some
Whoa.
freaky
it's
people.
y'all, it's y'all,
Wow.
it's
Yo.
y'all.
I'm like, bro,
Look it up, man.
Wow.
She looking at different angles,
that's
bro.
what I'm saying, bro. But but that's the thing. That's the thing. Sending
It's
because these
like,
pictures is like you scrolling to different
am I looking
angles.
at the
I'm like,
same one that you were talking
I'm
about? Because
pretty
the
sure you
towel
are.
on the dick, I was like, what?
Yes, it is. It is definitely the same one. I'm like, yo, anime
This
community.
is so
What
well
we doing?
detailed.
Like
Wow.
what?
That's what I saying, man. Why?
I think you wearing us. I think you wearing us.
Why?
I think you wearing. I'm like, yo, fam. What is
Yeah.
happening?
Wow, there's the uncensored
There was,
version.
but that's the
Wow.
thing though. It's like
Look it up. Look it up.
Wow. How much?
I don't think I don't think I don't think sex. They're actually decently priced. Like I ain't like you would probably like when you think about anime figure, you probably thinking in the $100 in range and stuff like that. Some are like
Yeah,
just like 60 something, maybe like 70 something. There are some
Yeah.
yeah.
like
Like,
if they reach 100, they're like a low 100. So like they actually
on the
mind you, there
talking
are other than that
Otaku Summit Twitter. Look at
on
this. I thought it was on my Twitter.
let me see.
He
I thought
like
it was
it,
on
eh?
my
You
Twitter, but
like
I'm
it,
actually
eh?
on the talk. No, I did it. I
You
did it.
are
I did
you
it.
This
on
I
the
girl
did
top.
it.
like
I
to do.
almost did.
She like to
I
do
almost
swing. Oh my
did.
god!
That's powerful. That's powerful as
I
hell.
almost
That's
did. Now
powerful as hell.
Summit Twitter. Oh Lord.
And this is why you would have
Wow.
hentai peddler. This right here is why you would have hentai peddler. This is why we end
Oh
up here.
god.
But no, for real, it's like mind you, some
Well, you can
other
imagine
great
if I
figurines are
liked
in there, but
it.
it's like no. Well, yes, I actually could, but no. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think sex sells anywhere. as much as it does for the anime community. I mean, it does sell, but it's like I think it just sells times 100. I just had to bring it up because it's like that was so interesting to me. It's like for some odd reason, it just popped up, and these figures exist. Like
Yeah,
you can
that
have this.
I was very upset when I saw that on my timeline. I was like, why does it exist? And
Y'all
I
need to,
intentionally ignored it,
y'all need to,
hoping that I would never have to see it again.
no,
And then
that's the
CJ
bro,
bring it in
that's
the
the thing,
group, and I
bro,
say,
that's
what
the
a
thing.
sick.
Like I scrolled
But
that on
it's
the
like
timeline. I was
I
like,
don't be
I'm
I don't be
ignoring the
on
hell.
Twitter.
I'm ignoring the hell out of this.
But
I'm
I
ignoring the
need to
hell
be
out of
on
it. Like,
Twitter more
lo and behold,
often.
lo and behold, I can't duck it. I couldn't
See
duck
that
it.
live and direct, a
I couldn't
horny
duck it.
anime watching female
It
just
is.
said that she needs to be on Twitter more so she could see shit like this regularly.
You heard it there, folks. I don't want you to ever deny it. You all heard it there
Bruh,
first.
I saw a
They're
naked
like
figure
I
of
think they're actually look like they're trying to get a Reiner figure in the works.
no, 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 no.
I don't even
I
want to
don't,
know how you
nobody needs to
finding
see
all
that.
this out. I don't
No
even want
one
to know
needs to see that.
how you finding all of this now. But yeah,
No one needs to see
I'm
that.
looking through the search thing.
Yeah,
the one.
are you on the website now? Look it up.
No, I'm trying to find the website. I'm trying to find it.
Oh
I mean,
Jesus!
I
the
haven't seen a
website
link to
should
the
be there
website
somewhere.
yet.
But
Oh Jesus!
I need the one to release y'all for at least a
I
second.
keep showing
For a
people
second.
like that. People are like I keep looking at reaction posts of it. I haven't seen like
See,
the main
I
post.
saw a naked figure of Marin from My Dress Up Doll, and I
And
felt
it's so
dirty.
much. It's
I
so much.
felt dirty,
There's so
April.
much.
I felt dirty.
There's so like if you kept scrolling, like you would find so much. Like I saw Bayonetta, I saw Tifa, I
Hold
saw
on, Bayonetta.
yeah.
I kind of want to see that.
Look at this. That's what I mean.
Wow.
You can't escape it. You can't. Like you don't need help. Anyway. I also did another thing over the week, which I enjoyed, and it made me gain much more appreciation for like one of my favorite series. And I had a very huge Haikyuu binge of season 4. And my God, I I want to take this moment to give this man Hiroshi Furudati his flowers because he made and created such an excellent story written in such a reading watching this again and knowing the plot devices that happens
Look at
like
April.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
trying so hard to ignore you. I want you to know she is far too into this. She is far too into. But
Look at her,
no,
babe. She's sitting close to the screen now.
No,
Oh my
I'm
God!
trying. I don't think this is the right site
we
because my
need
antivirus is like whoa.
we need the back.
My
Yeah,
antivirus is like bitch go back.
we need to
So
be
I
on.
don't think this is the site.
We know we want to on it. But no, for real, Haikyuu was.
Javon poured his heart out, and
I
April looked
got
at the
it. Porn. Look at
It's
it.
like
Basically porn.
this shit is so detailed. Like you can see every like line and the
I
abs.
know, I know, I know,
Wow.
we
I
know,
know.
we know, no. But no, for real, Haikyuu was a really well written story. Like,
Why
and
people saying
I
it's
am, I
gross?
am, I
Gross.
am would very much go on the limb and say this is like one of the best. Like, it is up there with one of the best sports series made. Like 100%. The way that each plot device flows well into the next, the foreshadowing in it. It's so well done. The character development, the development of the teams, the way that he is able to make you feel for even their opponents and their struggles, and it makes you even times conflicted in who you want to win. Like watching it and actually feeling as though you're watching an actual sport event, and you just
Oh, you
cheering them on.
just
It's like
wait. What is the
Haikyuu.
real website? Real
That's
Haikyuu
fine.
is so like it's so like not like I don't know any other series that genuinely brings out emotions out of me like such joy to see the success of characters and feel such anguish at the failure of characters as much as IQ does. Like, and he's
I
one of
found
the
an episode one.
one of the, and Machi is still looking at this.
Exactly,
It's
wait.
called
I'm
research.
upset. I am
It's called
upset.
research.
But by far to me too, like he's one of
Sorry.
the best at also giving other characters time to shine, and like knowing
Yeah.
when to give them time, and when certain characters can't give the time, so you can only give them this much, but it's still in a way to make it impactful. Like at the
Yeah.
end of
Like
the story,
this one was very
I was
classy.
reminded like how much like I felt such satisfaction for not just Karasuno's team, but also the players for Hinata and Tobio, and even seeing the lives of what everyone else did, like outside of volleyball, because obviously not everyone was able to go continue volleyball. Some went on and did different things. Like you felt
You,
satisfaction.
you you better not say who they is because I
No,
want to
no,
experience
I'm
that
not
in
here.
the
I'm
anime.
not here to spoil anything. I just want to say
Okay.
that he created like peak, like an excellent work of fiction in my eyes,
Oh, well,
especially
definitely.
especially for a sports series. Like it, I think this really transcends just being like just a sport. Like good for a sports series. It's just really excellently written. Like I really watched that season 4 again. Like I watched that for the first time. And just piecing together certain things, like oh my god, like disconnect, and you just seeing these certain things. I'm like, yo, Haikyuu was amazing. I can't wait. I need season 5 to come so bad. I need season 5. Like that's why I was telling you the other day. Like I hope this is the kind of joy you feel when Blue Lock finally gets
Like,
animated. Like I
where did you
hope this you
pre-order this? You
April,
are
please
not
get off the site.
providing information.
April,
This
please
person
get
that they pre-ordered, but they are not providing the information where they pre-ordered stuff.
See,
please
see, Devon, this is why we should have never talk about this.
never
We
please
should have never bring this up.
please sit down. I don't even understand what you're doing right now.
She trying to buy one of these. That's what she trying to do.
I know, but like I that's what I know. Like they just can't resist the money.
And
Like it's
Look at her way.
like they're not just doing naked, things.
Yeah,
There's actually
okay.
this very
Yeah,
cool. There's
yeah.
this cool one of like Ty and Aaron just ripping the arm off of what Ty and that was that had like the teeth.
The
What Aaron?
jaw
What?
titan. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the jaw titan, yeah.
Like there's this very cool figure of like Aaron just ripping his arm off and just standing on top of him. It looks very good.
I hope that's what you're looking at and that
I
they didn't make it.
I am looking at that. I just said what I just saw.
but I 100% feel like what she really
Like
looking.
you know,
But it is what it is.
I might not get the naked air. I might get
But
this
it is what
actually
it is.
cool figurine right here. It's actually very, but they're not saying where they're
I'm not inclined.
doing
If
this.
I send you the link, will you stop looking at this thing?
Sorry.
If
Oh,
I send
I'm just disturbing the pot. I'm so sorry, guys.
I'm
Yes,
like, your
yes.
horny just your
Just send
horny
me the
just
link so I can
shining,
just browse the website.
like your horny just shining so like all the way
It's
through. Like
I'm
that's
not
how I live it.
horny. It's just fascination. Like
Yeah,
wow,
okay.
this is
Okay.
so detailed.
Okay.
I'm
All
giving
right.
you
Yeah.
okay.
I
Anyway,
totally believe you.
100% without a doubt. Like I believe everything you're saying.
Yeah, but
Just
yeah,
to know that.
you could send me that link. That's
Mm-hmm,
fine.
mm-hmm.
And I'll be a good girl. I will
Yeah,
stop interrupting. I'll stop
but
interrupting the class.
it wasn't so much interrupted. It's like Jesus Christ. It's like
Yeah.
could you be any more like?
Yeah.
But no, for real.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Sam,
to
clip this.
in
Haiku.
regards to what Javon was saying about Haikyuu, I wholeheartedly think that Haikyuu was in the holy trinity of sports anime.
Yeah.
100%.
The other
100%.
two begin Hajime no Ippo and Slam Dunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what those other two are, but I
You never heard of Ippo?
Never heard about
no. What
the
is it?
boxing anime.
That's a boxing anime.
Boxing
Oh,
anime. Yeah.
You never saw
Ippo
that
was
somewhere?
Ippo was
I don't know.
also a long-standing manga.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Ippo have over 1,000 chapters, I think.
Like
Maybe
much more
because
than
I
One
know
Piece.
I have heard of Slam Dunk, but I never watched Slam Dunk either.
Yeah, Slam
Truth
Dunk is
be told,
pretty much the godfather of sports anime.
Haikyuu is not the first sports anime that I've watched. I think Prince of Tennis came out
It
before
did.
Haikyuu.
It did.
Yeah,
It
It
did.
did. It
I
did.
think Prince of Tennis might be the first sports anime that I watched because I wasn't really interested in sports anime until like Prince of Tennis. I was like, this shit's
Oh,
actually good.
Kuroko get
I
me into
always loved
sports anime.
I always watched Prince of Tennis, like Prince of, I all of them. So I always liked sports anime because I liked Prince of Tennis. I liked the Ice Shield 21. That thing, and that's the thing. Like it was like I was never like into. volleyball like that, which is amazing because he made this series because he wanted to share his love for volleyball
Yeah.
Yeah.
through the art form because he wanted to be a professional volleyball player. But it's like he had second thoughts about it, so he became a manga artist, and he's like just wanted to share his love of the sport, and that's what
And
made
he
him
actually did
get
his
Haikyuu.
research. It was like, wow, that
Yeah,
is.
because he played volleyball,
Yeah.
like really played,
Yeah.
and he wanted to be a professional. So when he became a manga artist, like this is how he created. It's like I just wanted to share my love, and it's like he's done such a great job of it. But
Yeah.
yeah, but Haikyuu's amazing. Like
They need
I
to
can't
hurry up
praise
come up
Haikyuu
with
enough.
season, man. They need to hurry
Like
up come up with
Yeah,
that's
they
what
season.
slunk
I'm
in.
saying. That's what
Production ID
even like
slunk
what
it.
end of season 4 when they like went back to like the original opening for the ending and it was highlighting
Yeah.
Hinata's and Kenma's relationship because they were leading up to the match with Karasuno and Nekama. It's like, oh my god, like this is beautiful. Like this is a
Mhm.
like such a beautiful touch because like you're seeing the growth that they've
Yeah.
had up to that point, the memories and how hard they fought to get here, to have this match, and it's like it's a match that everyone wants to see. Like in terms of like the viewers and everything, and like how much this match means to them, because it may not be like the where it's like two powerhouse teams like that, but it's like there's so much emotion behind this match that
Mhm.
if you read the manga, like you would probably agree to me, like this became like one of like the best matches in the series. Outside of the one I like for of course the one prior with Ina Zigaraki with the Mia twins as well. It's like, bro. And there's so many characters to love. Like that's my thing about
Yeah.
this. Like, it's so many characters you can fall in love with. And when they
Mm-hmm.
when they start giving backstory, it's like, damn, like I don't know, I'm conflicted. I wanted to win. Like the when they lose and you see the emotion behind them lose, it's like, damn, I feel
Man,
Haikyuu does a great job with it. Like I
they
said,
do.
I can't preach that enough. Like I was so happy I just re-binged that. Like it's just something that's like, let me rewatch Haikyuu. Right?
Yeah.
Because like I even rewatched. I didn't even realize they had a 10th anniversary chapter as well.
Oh yeah, they did. I think
Yeah,
it came out. They come out 2 weeks ago, right?
yeah, in English. Like I didn't even realize that it came out. And I like read that. It's
I
like
probably should just read the
this is
manga,
so
but I don't think I'll enjoy the manga
this is
as
so
Yeah, I
gratifying.
don't think I'll enjoy it as much.
I didn't know for real. No, because when I started reading the manga because of the length of time they were taking after the Shiro Tozawa match to come back with the season. So I was
Mhm.
just like, frig it. I'm gonna just because I really just wanted to stick to the manga because I felt as though I mean to the anime because I felt as though I would not have the same level of enjoyment with it. Reading the manga, personally, I was wrong. I still no for real. I still loved it, and that's why I give him such credit because even in a manga form like this, with something like this, he was able to really like tell a great story and like have you in suspense every week for like the matches and the continuing the matches. Obviously, the anime takes it up to another level, but it's like so good. I mean, if I had to, I would tell you, yeah, experience it through the anime, but the manga still does a beautiful job. But boy, listen, when they animate these last matches in the last arc, tears because I expect them to make that so emotional because there's so much stuff that happens that puts like it's the character arcs that take place, especially for Nada, put you such a roller coaster of emotions to where you at the end of it, like when I tell you I've never been so satisfied with the ending of a series and the way a character went there, it's like I felt joy and pride in the way that series ended and with the characters and like where they started and where they end and they ended. Like even to the
Mhm.
touch of like the volume covers of volume one to the very last volume and the callback, I was like, wait, this is such beautiful work. Like, bro, just you don't have to make another you don't even have to make another series for me. Like you can hang up your pencil, like you can try, like you can just hang that up like if you wanted to. Like Haikyuu is it. Like I beg this series is phenomenal. Like it really is. It honestly is a phenomenal piece of work.
I'm happy for you, Javon. I'm
And
very
we are
happy for
we
you.
are we are very happy for you.
that's the thing, like volleyball ain't even my favorite sport. So I can imagine like for someone like
It
volleyball is
is.
their
It
sport.
is.
Like it
I
is like you
I
read
I
this
don't
thing.
know
I
anybody who have volleyball as a favorite sport.
That's what I'm
To be
saying.
honest,
I love volleyball. I really do. I love it. I used to play it in high school, so I love it. I love volleyball.
I started watching real life volleyball for the wrong reasons first,
I used to.
and
Wow,
then
Yeah,
wow.
Siobhan know what I'm talking about.
I know
I
what I
think I
mean.
know what you're talking about too. I think I know what you're talking about too,
I know the
Omar.
And
reasons.
then it wasn't
Very
until I
interesting,
saw,
Omar. Very
I,
yeah,
interesting.
see, this is anyway. We need to get into that.
no, we ain't
But
gonna get that.
then when the World Cup was happening, and I saw how hard the men Japanese team was,
No,
I
for
was like,
real.
bro, this
Yeah, bro.
haiku in real life.
I started even just glancing at volleyball matches like, yo, this could I have a different appreciation for it too. And it's even cool just to see like actual professional volleyball players like an Olympic players react to
Yeah,
IQ,
man.
Yeah,
legit watch IQ.
I,
And
the
then like
real
and that was
Nakagayama. Oh my god, that nigga hard.
and that was the thing, babe. Haikyuu was definitely one of the most grounded sports animes in terms of like its realism and
Yeah,
the things that they do and like
yeah,
how a match takes place, the back and
yeah.
forth, like everything else, like this.
But you know what I want to experience?
because
Like
you're
you
you're an
know
ice
when the
house from the
setters
empath, but not as
Uh,
big as IQ though.
say it again.
you know when the setters is be serving, and
Uh,
then they just like spike that ball so sweet you can see all the physics
yeah,
like
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
pushing the
Listen,
ball, and then it's hit the ground. Right, I want to experience that,
oh,
mate.
okay, yeah,
I want to experience that.
yeah. But Okigawa,
Wait,
hey, at a lot.
it's bro, he
Listen,
is spanked that so nice. Oh my god.
production ID did it. Yeah, production did an excellent job highlighting a lot of those moments that they had. That's
hmm
why I can't wait to see the rest, like the
like
rest of the
hurry
anime.
the frick
I
up!
want
What
to
is
see
taking them so
the other
long?
little devil guy in action.
That's what I mean. But listen, anyway,
I
it's
really
so
want to see that damn nigga and
but
his team play.
but but at the same time I know it can break me because then I know what happened and I know a certain when they animate a certain scene, I can break. It can hurt me because I know because that's another thing. Haikyuu's OSTs are so good and they choose such excellent music to accompany certain scenes. Like I know that when they do this scene, they can make me sad and I can break.
They need to
I
hurry up.
I do. No, they definitely do. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
don't
why
know,
they taking so long.
I don't know, but it's they're doing Ao Ashi, right? Production IG.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, they're doing it, but I don't know why they're taking so long to announce it.
probably
yeah.
Uh,
the
This the
best.
10th anniversary. Like y'all
yeah,
should at least announce that it coming like next year
Yeah.
or something.
but they've always been like this with IQ. I don't know why, but yeah, especially
Like you
after
remember,
that
like when they stop
Kurokawa match.
midway in, like in the middle of a match, like they literally stop in the middle of a friggin' match, and we did not see anything from them until like the next year or so. I think like
What
next
match
year.
was that? Oh, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
you remember? They were in the middle of the tournament. They were in the middle of like one of their thing of matches, and like the show, the season or arc or whatever, immediately stopped like right in between a match, right in between a match.
I trying to figure out because I know season two ended it when be with them beating over Josai.
I think it was season. I think it was season 3 or maybe season 4. Because remember, season 4 is kind of weird. Because remember, season
Now
4 was
they
like
broke it
split
up
up.
in
Season
parts,
4 was
right?
short
Yeah,
because they just did the match against
But that was
Shiratori Zawa.
that was season
I think it
three
was season
because
3 then.
season three
Yeah,
took the come. They
yeah,
Probably.
and then again then they did just that match and then they had another long break the season
Yeah.
four. So maybe it was that match with Shiro
Because
Tozawa.
I know, because I feel like season 4 was also broken up into parts too
They
in
did break it
weird places.
into the two chorus.
Because it
Yeah,
was
because
weird.
they started the matches in a yeah they started that match with the Mia twins
Yeah. And
and
yeah,
then
then
they're like, break. I was like,
yeah
what
then they
the
had the
fuck?
rest
yeah.
and then the rest of that was just that match with
I
them.
don't
The
know what
remainder of the
upset
match.
me more.
Yeah,
I don't know what upset me more, that break or the Attack on Time break. Like when Ryan and Aaron was about getting ready to go, they were getting
Uh,
ready. They was getting ready to fight, and then they're like, "Ha ha! See
and
you
left
next
and they left
season." I'm
respect
like, "Y'all bitches,
and they just
y'all
leave
rumbling,
bitches."
um
rumbling is coming,
I
rumbling,
just
rumbling.
no for real listen.
Beware.
Like, why you think they like? I understand you want viewers to like come back, but like you had to really stop. just when these dudes are about to like go for blows, and just when these people were in the middle of a volleyball match.
I mean, it'd be
I
like that.
swear the ball, like I think someone was getting ready to serve and all, and then they're like, "Ah, see you next core." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Maybe because I don't quite remember. I don't remember how.
I'm sure, not unless I'm remembering something wrong, but I know
I just know that
either they were just about to start
I
the match or they were in the middle of a match.
I just know I had to wait forever for Haikyuu.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, friggin', I need to know what happens. I am there. No, oh, you know what it was.
What
I
was
remember,
it?
you know what it was. I think the anime got too close to the manga. That's what it was because they had. So you
That's
know
why
how
we have the long break.
the season 4 started. Was that going on? One of the two. When they
Cause I know season 4 was a
it was
tournament or in the middle
because
of a tournament.
the train. I would say, yeah, the training arc. Well, at least when they had the summer camp
Yeah.
Yeah,
teams, I think it was because that was so long. Yes, it was. That was so long because when I started reading it, it wasn't that far removed from that. But I think that was so long, it kind of caught up to that, and so it's like it was.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like you nothing really like that happened during that span. They didn't doing any matches, so it's like that was his own thing. So I guess they really wanted to wait until it picked up one of that. So that was the reason for the
mhm,
long. But it's done now, so it's like you don't even have to wait that long. It's been done since
Gosh.
2020. So
Can we please
yeah,
get this
I,
announcement sometime
I,
this year that's coming out next year?
we need that.
yeah.
We need that IQ. We need that. I need to see that.
I need to see my volleyball in action.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. I need to see if Karasuno will win the championship.
Them
Yeah.
boys, them boys make me so proud. I want you to sleep. Them
And I want to see the time skip stuff because I know what the time skip stuff is about, and that's
I,
how
I've
I'm hyped as
seen
fuck to be.
I've
Ah,
seen like I've seen panels and pictures and I'm like,
listen to me.
Yeah, it was impossible not to see them because everybody was talking about
yeah,
them.
everyone was
Yeah,
just
because it's like
spamming that everywhere.
at first we kind of thought I thought IQ would be long. I thought IQ might have been a long series because I thought they would have done their other years or at least their third
Or you
year.
mean let them do it up to their graduation and stuff.
Yeah, but when they did the time skip, I was like, we getting this
They're
time,
like
getting
they're like
this.
they're
And
they're
we
like
say
we skipping
time skip,
graduation.
and then when it broke, and then they had the matches, like, oh snap, okay, this is what I want to see.
When I saw them rosters on them teams, I say, yo,
Let me tell you, that match, I need to see that match. Anna made it. I need to see the Monster Generation in action. I need to see.
April. If you saw them teams with April,
I
I was
haven't.
wet, mate.
But
I
hey,
was
listen,
fucking wet. I say,
and then
I say, yo,
and then you really think about
bro.
how much Hinata is on this level now. It's like, wait,
I
like
can't wait
the
because I
joy
love
I
Hinata so
the
much.
joy I have in my heart. That boy worked hard. I just all I'll say. That boy worked hard. That
Oh
boy,
boy.
that boy worked hard.
Please,
He
IG,
really is.
give us a
Yeah,
I
haiku.
they need to start slapping up.
I need them to even give us original stuff because I like the OVAs they gave us when they showed us how
They
Nekoma
had a
got
Nakama backstory too.
Yeah, they did. I
right.
saw
Like
that OVA.
exactly. I need that. I need stuff like that because there's certain things that they didn't do, like he didn't do in the manga, that I want to see that happen,
In the
and
Mhm.
OVA.
I want to see it played out. So I can need that. I can need that. Even this anniversary chapter they did, I can need that.
Yeah,
I can,
we can
I
need
can
that.
just
We can need
I
all of that.
all
Just give
every
us
bit of
all the haiku content.
every bit of
Yeah,
that I can need. Every
Hopefully, we get some haiku next year.
hopefully we better get IQ next year.
praying on it.
I know nothing like I guess the roster pretty much set,
Anime gods,
but we better get IQ next.
bless us with a haiku. Bless us with haiku next
Oh
year.
man, please, please. But yeah, so in terms of anime this week, what did everybody watch? What did everybody like? What stood out? Anything
Spy
that
Family.
I expected that. That's what I saw on my timeline.
Oh my god,
That's
Spy!
what I
Let's
even
have
wanted
like
to see.
really, like, just seeing them bring the whole castle thing to life in anime form is so good. It was even better than
You
the
gotta
manga.
you gotta love drunk yo. You gotta love. That was nice stuff. Like yeah,
That
I
was cool.
Spy
I
Kids
mean,
Spy Kids is consistent weekly. I don't feel like I can already see that I'm gonna end up giving this a 10 out of 10. I don't feel like there's gonna be
yeah, this is
any
gonna be a 10 out of 10
but
for
it's
me
like
because they're being very consistent with how they're adapting this.
yeah.
And
Yep.
like, you have all this
Yeah,
craziness going on in the comedy, but then like they still brought home with the tenderness at the
Oh
end. It's like,
yeah, I saw a very interesting tweet today. You all know the fight scene between Yor
Lloyd.
and Folger, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
And now the animation was for that. I saw somebody say Toei would never give something like that to Roofies. And I say, oop.
Man, y'all gotta cut it out. Y'all gotta cut it out. Y'all gotta
Oh
cut it out.
man.
They gotta know.
but I just
They
gotta say,
I
Twilight,
guess
Twilight should
let's
thank
don't do
his
that.
lucky
Let's don't do
stars
that.
that
They
that
did that.
heel broke.
Uh,
That's all I gotta say, cause like if that heel didn't break, he was gonna get that
I mean
hard check.
that did confirm a question and a little bit of curiosity I had in my head as to who would be the better fighter between the two. I mean, I expected
Yeah,
to be up just simply because she's an assassin, and
Yeah,
yeah,
I
even
think
though he
yours.
knows how to fight, his he isn't like required to always be in the mix. Like that's not his thing. So
yeah.
but I was still very curious. As I wonder if they fought like who would like so bad. Yeah, that answered that question for me. So
Well,
that's why I was kind of
listen.
happy for. I was pretty happy for that episode. I was like, oh, you're actually doing this. Like, all right, cool, cool. So now I just waiting for wherever they eventually get to the point that the next they both realize their actual professions.
Mhm.
I cannot
And
wait to see
that's my
that.
driving force
I
right now.
cannot
Like
wait to
to
see
see the
that.
actual professions,
Because like it,
to see the story, Anya's actual backstory, and a lot of what's going on. But I
because
mean, I like
I
Spy.
think we're getting
I'm
Spy
into
mostly
Family.
in
that.
it for Anya's antics because, like, she
Oh
just
no,
is the perfect embodiment
listen,
of a
I
child. Dude.
cannot
listen.
Because
wait,
when
y'all,
his
That's the
y'all,
friends
thing.
come to
listen,
when his
y'all.
friend come
Yeah,
to the house, she was
yeah.
like stuffy scraps, and I say, bro,
What you say?
Listen, y'all
they
ain't
make
seen
sure to
that.
say anything to me.
Until y'all see
So
when she start going to school.
that's what
Listen,
we're waiting on too.
she
I keep hearing about that.
her
I
and
saw
her and like the cast of the kids that
that's
she
the
is in this class with. Listen,
that's the impression I got very early on
it is so
from
good.
just seeing the opening and just looking at certain characters. But I
Yeah,
saw people did highlight two particular characters in question. One
Yeah,
that I was already looking at. That's the boy with the black hair. I forgot his
yeah.
name. But I
yeah,
saw someone mention yeah, and there's
Because
another
like
guy.
because like
So, but
he is the son. He's the son of Twilight's target.
I figured. No, I figured.
Yeah.
I how he
oh,
looked, the way he looked, I automatically figured that yeah, this the
Listen,
son, this the son.
should
So,
see
but
should see how him and Anya interact with each other. It's
But that's the thing. Like I already could tell. I already had an assumption that the school stuff is going to be friggin' hilarious.
it
With
is.
this and just to see. But no, I was gonna say the biggest props I give the Spy X Family is the way that it moves the plot forward
Hmm.
while still giving you like very
room to breathe.
from the
Yeah,
bright and excellent like comedy that's well placed. So
yeah,
I get credit for that. So even when they're not, I guess technically moving the plot or like advancing the plot in a way, it's still good. The episode is still good and it still
yeah,
adds to their characters and it adds the whole building of the family dynamic because you're still
Yeah,
watching gradually this family mold into an actual
I
family and
know.
them doing
yeah,
their acting, getting
It
memory to each other. So
is. Oh,
it's wholesome in that sense too. And then it still has that beat of where it takes the shift of when you see Lloyd and you're in the actual profession. It's like, oh, and it still has that
mm-hmm.
charm and flair to it. So it's really good. I ain't gonna lie, it's really good. I
yeah,
remember having my look at that Spy Family one
Mm-hmm.
time and said, "Okay, this looks different." I
Anime
think
of the season.
I did think
Anime of
that
the
it
season.
was at first like probably just a strict comedy, just from what I was hearing and people talk about it as it, but
uh,
it does it well in
Yeah.
production. So I give it huge credit for that. It's definitely very well written. I won't lie, and has
yeah.
very likable
Ooh,
a very
it's
likable
so
main
good.
cast. so far. So I give you Spy Family
It's so good.
consistently good
Like
every.
I wouldn't mind if it beats I wouldn't mind if it beats Full Alchemist Brotherhood. I wouldn't mind.
You lying,
Look at that.
but it's fine.
I
That's
wouldn't
Where
you
where
mind.
lying.
did
That's
that
fine.
first?
You
I
said that no
wouldn't mind.
until it
I
happened. You said it
wouldn't
now
mind.
until it happened because you love Fruit Basket too. But I don't think you wanted Fruit Basket to pass
I
Fruit
mean,
Basket.
because I don't think Fruit
Ah,
Basket
see, see,
deserves that
see.
crown.
All right, I hear you now.
Spy Family deserves it. Spy
Yes,
Family deserves it.
yeah, say that now. But anyway,
They actually
Yeah,
deserve
yeah.
it.
yeah. But on the spectrum, going on from moving away from something that's been very highly, touted to one that I feel is kind of moving a bit under the radar, but shouldn't. Awashi, my God Almighty,
Niggas cry.
what,
I have.
bro?
And when
I
I
ain't gonna
say
lie.
niggas, I
I
mean me.
haven't.
No,
I haven't.
I
I
was
don't
I
think I
was on
watched. I don't
I
think
was
I watched
almost
this week's
niggas.
episode.
I was
I don't
almost
think I watched this week's episode.
listen to me.
But y'all could talk about it. I
Great
don't
character.
mind.
This is a great character development episode. Let me say,
Ooh.
if it wasn't for the fact that I had watched Haikyuu and I had just watched the what it was, the episode with Tanaka and him going through his whole moment of depression and building himself back up, I would have fully
Hmm.
cried watching Awashi because this is why I had to add his mom into the series, and I'm like,
Did
I
I
can,
watch? I'm trying to
and
remember if
this
I did
solid,
watch
and
this episode.
this episode solidified for me why I felt like this was my Haikyuu until Haikyuu comes back.
Yeah.
Moments like what happened, like the moments with his mom, like his whole motivation, and I was like, I appreciate this, and I can get why this is a sentient too, but and for some odd, like I was reading, and I saw people saying like, yo, if this series, like if you think like it's here now, wait until it gets further on.
Ooh.
Even his motivation is so different for me for a lot of manga, especially with sports manga. To him
Yeah.
wanting to be a pro and make money so he can give his mom a bit. It's like it's so real
Yeah.
in that aspect to where it's
Yeah,
like I'm going like like you would hear like even like people in reality in real life be like I can do this for my family and stuff like him
Yeah.
just wanting to do this. And like that's his motivation and that's more. I'm seeing that and like, okay, taking the initiative. This is like I'm sacrificing this so you can go chase your dreams. And like just
Yeah.
watching him throughout the episode go through the
so-
fact that right to
I'm trying
be
to
yeah,
figure out if I did watch this. I'm trying to
I
figure out
don't
if I
know, but it's
did.
yeah.
like
He spent the episode trying to like keep his emotions in check.
right because he
He
didn't want
didn't
to
I'm
leave
want
on
trying to
to.
figure out if
sad.
I
He didn't want
did.
to leave
Yeah,
sad. He didn't want to leave on a sad note. He wanted them to see him smiling, and he said even though he knew that it was just like no, that you could see him gradually like they attempts was like okay, no, I'm not gonna let that break me down. When he read this letter from his mother, I was like,
Oh
my
no, I did. I did
that
God,
not watch it. I didn't.
that
I don't.
fucked
I
me
don't
up,
when
watch
man.
it.
he read the letter of
That
her
fucked
telling
me
like,
up.
Oh.
listen to me,
Oh man.
because he wanted to basically have the conversation with his mother to let him know this is why I'm doing it and this is why I'm going because she didn't want him to leave. So she felt like though well soccer was taking him away from her. So it's
Mhm.
like so she kind of like overheard the conversation and what's not. So she spent her time avoiding him because she didn't want to have that conversation. Because she was the same way. It's like I'm not about to sit here and let you watch me cry because it's like that ain't happen. So she
Yeah,
wrote the letter instead. My God, my God. It's
Aw.
like
I
basically
can't wait to
detail is
cry when
like
I watch
I know
this.
why you're doing this. I heard I'm gonna just to let you know this and this. Basically, here's my support. Like this money for you to use, all of that. And at the end of this, just know you don't have to become this. I don't care if you become this professional or not. I know what you're doing. But at the end of the day, I'm
I
still
still
proud of
proud of you.
you. I'm
Wait,
like,
that
God,
fucking.
girl. Like, why are you doing this?
Oh,
I was like, the
oh,
tears was in the back of my eye. I was like, no.
wait,
I was like,
Oh.
no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. There's like God, he break down.
yeah.
Like it
Aw.
was legit. It was legit breakdown. I was like, ah, wash you get
Yeah.
me. You
Hold on,
get
I have a
me.
question. Who bought the cleats for him? His friends? Did they?
That's what was implied. I don't know. I don't think it said it, but I think when she was saying like you have people here who love and support you, I think because she
Yeah,
did, and she started saying, I don't have the money to buy you new cleats. So it sounds like she got everyone together to donate money to buy him new
yeah.
cleats. I'm like, mother, because she recognized that was a thing for him. It's like people making fun of like him being them being poor,
Yeah,
how in the work. And so I was like, okay, I understand. Like, in your heart, it's like, right, I'm gonna get you cleats. So she got,
yeah.
so it's like it felt like she got people together. It's like we can get you cleats. Oh man,
Aw.
it's like,
That
Aw.
yeah, that
all
was
right,
very emotional.
you got me, you got
I
me.
all in.
I
I
ain't
all
right.
in.
No, I'm like, I ain't now. And if you tell me this gets better than this, I
I
fully here.
can't wait.
I
Like, see,
I
this is
so
why
I so
I
close to reading this manga. I need you to
stand close,
understand.
me.
I
Stand
so
close.
close to reading this manga. I
Stand
need
close.
to understand. But
So
our needs it needs the love.
it needs more attention, me. Like this is so good.
It need much more attention than to give it. And
It's
that is
so good.
it oh man. It's so many great stuff happening. But
There's
Awashi is
so much good shows this season,
it's,
me. Like
it's
so many
right
good
Yeah.
shows.
right there.
Yeah.
Did y'all start your boy coming yet?
Yes, that is. I love that. That's a sleeper hit.
Like I said,
The most recent
depend on
episode
the
was
most I
very creative. They had like
Yeah.
a rap battle. Oh my,
Listen,
that was
Oh,
hard.
homie. Listen.
now you even
Oh,
mentioned that, right? Cause I have to start that. Now I
you
got to
have
say rap
to.
battle.
Oma, sit down
I
and
also
watch
have
it.
to catch up with Kaguya Sama.
Oh yeah,
Simply the fact,
Kage always is be fire. That
listen to
always
me.
be fire.
I was reminded why I find this series so freaking funny. I ended up seeing the ending, the new ending, I guess for the season.
Yeah.
Why is this ending a full on CGI display of the characters basically having a dance battle? I was like, all right, cool. So catch up. It's like you telling me, catch up. The ending, that you all need to look at that ending so fire. I was like, catch up. And they have an episode with the main character and oh, I can't remember her name, but the one with the pink hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Literally,
Chika.
literally having a rap battle, and I was like, I don't
Yeah,
know what that to this rap battle.
yeah.
But I'm about to catch up and find out because it's the funniest thing I have seen. I was like, bro, why? I was like, why is this so ridiculous? I see. I have to watch this. It's like now I have to catch up. I have to catch up. That's why I have you mentioned Rob Bottas. Like, wait, Kaguya Sama is so ridiculous. It's like I have to catch up. But no, watch that ending. That ending so fire. I was like, wait, what
It
is happening?
is.
I'm like, wait, what is
Yes.
happening? I'm like, what is really going on? But it's so
But
much.
there was one episode this season where the girl who was in the couple with the guy from
Uh,
season 2. She was
oh
like,
yeah.
"Oh, I think he cheating on me or whatever." And like her and Kage was like discussing whether or not like she was being paranoid or she was
Uh,
telling the truth. And like it was something he do, me. Like it was something so normal and so plain. And Kage was like, "Yeah, this nigga cheating on you." And it was like, "Wait, what?" And Chico was the only one who had sense, and he was like, "Bro, you're acting ridiculous right now."
real bad up the show way. I was like, babe. And my thing is, babe, comedy series is like for anime is so it's either hit or miss for me. But Kaguya
Yeah.
Sama, babe, Kaguya Sama does it for
No,
me.
call me comedy don't miss for me at all. That
Oh
don't
no,
miss
call
for
me
me
it
at
up,
all.
call me it up, call me it up,
That
call me
don't
it
miss
up.
Yeah.
for me at
No.
all.
I was
Call
like,
me.
babe,
That
Call me. Still doing
I
good.
like
that
these
hit
recent
every
ones.
single day.
I'm like, y'all hitting, y'all doing the right thing. I ain't gonna lie, y'all doing the right thing. Y'all doing the right thing. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is that y'all doing, but y'all doing the right thing. These hitting. So I gotta watch, like you said, your boy, come in, because that's also, I guess, that's a comedy too, right?
It
yeah.
is.
So I say I gotta watch that. So I gotta watch that. So
Oh,
I love that.
summertime render
I did not watch
also.
this week yet.
What you
Did I?
have to.
Have to. Yeah.
Ooh, I
Y'all
forget to
have
watch
to.
that.
See,
Y'all
I
have
keep
to.
forgetting to
So
watch that
much
thing. I can download that as
happened.
soon as we finish.
I just
So
forget
much.
because it ain't on Crunchyroll, so I was like, oh,
Yeah, it ain't on
Such
Crunchyroll, and
a
so
big reveal happened,
see now
and
don't
I
say
gotta
say less.
I'm not
Say
gonna
less.
say. I'm not gonna
Say
say
less.
it.
right after this.
I
Immediately.
gotta
What time
watch
we
that
at?
right
What
after
we
this.
at? 133. Okay, everybody. we at
Yeah,
the end of the now we gotta go watch that. We gotta go watch that. I gotta go watch
yeah.
that. But yeah, I didn't end up like I said, I didn't end up watching much outside of Spy and Awashi simply because again I was on that binge, so I gotta go watch
Because I
Yeah.
the
feel
ones I
I
watched.
watched Cocoon too. I enjoyed that episode very
Who?
much.
who
Cocoon. A
a
couple of
couple.
Cocoons.
Oh! See, I gotta watch that too.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
end up.
Yeah.
I didn't end up watching that. I didn't get to watch it. I didn't get
Yeah,
to watch it yet.
yeah, they did have a good episode this
You
week.
mentioned, yeah, because you mentioned it. I remember you mentioned it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I haven't like that's the thing. That's just like y'all were missing some things. Like it's just like y'all was watching stuff that I missed this week, and I'm watching
Yeah,
stuff that y'all missed this week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good
I still have
balance.
stuff to
Good
watch
balance.
too.
I
Yeah.
had binged Birdie Wing. That is such a guilt. That is such a guilty one. Like it's such a guilty
I
one.
Yeah.
know
I,
it's
I
so
just love watching
ridiculous
Birdie.
that
I
you
just love
just
it.
have to watch it.
I know for real. Like I
Yeah.
can't. I
It's so
can't get away
ridiculous.
from
You
it.
have
I
to
like Birdie
watch
Wing.
it.
I like Birdie Wing.
Yeah.
I like Birdie Wing a lot.
I mean,
I
underground
that's
golf
golfing.
mafia, like
Yeah, 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 yeah. And that's what I mean.
really.
It's stuff like that. It's like there's no way.
I know,
That's like
right?
there's no freaking way. But
It's
I
like you
hear
could,
for it
like
though.
maybe that's why golf is so boring to watch because
I hear
maybe
for it.
we're missing all of the dark golf crime that's going on around the
A
world. Maybe
dark golf
Yeah.
syndicate.
that's
But no,
that's
I was like,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah,
we
yeah. This is it.
that's what
But
we're missing because we don't know what's going on in the golf world, the golfers
but I am
world.
interested to see
Yeah.
how fast into actually playing into officially ranked tournament. So like
Yeah,
I do enjoy the rivalry they have
yeah.
going on between the two. So that's why I said
Like you think Tiger Woods in like in his younger years was doing like underground golf course.
that's wild.
Oh, that's probably it. You cracked the code, April.
That's wild to think about.
Boom.
That's definitely wild to think about. But yeah,
Yep.
it was
That's how
really
Tiger gets
good.
so good.
That's true. Playing for his life.
Yep.
Yeah,
Under
yeah. Playing for his life.
underground
Jim
one
Grow.
hole
Oh man.
Them Jim
golf
Grow.
balls.
Oh man. But I have to watch
Those
that.
underground one hole
But yeah,
golf courses.
I gotta watch Time Rendering and Tomodachi Game this week to see what's going on.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched
Tomodachi.
Tomodachi.
You didn't watch. Yeah, we did watch Tomodachi last week.
I
No, I didn't watch
haven't.
it this. I didn't watch the last one.
Yeah, I haven't watched the last one either.
Wait,
Y'all didn't watch it last week?
no, no, I didn't
Oh
watch.
well, y'all gonna like it. Y'all gonna like
Wait,
it.
it does it update today? Does it? It came out
No,
today?
tomorrow I think.
Yeah, it comes
Yeah,
out
I
tomorrow,
watch
so
it.
I'm gonna try and watch the last week's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
tonight.
Then I'm gonna try and get
Y'all gonna like this episode. The exact complaints that we had, they rectify that.
Are you
Oh,
They
sure?
see. So
Especially
now
my
see.
it's
So
complaint.
now you're telling me I gotta watch
the
it first.
game is coming to a close,
Thank
and
God.
they know who the
Sorry.
traitor is now. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Say less, boy. I
yeah.
watch it not right after
Wait.
this.
Oh wait. So there's another trailer. There's a true
No, I think
trailer.
she.
No, no, no. They figure out it's your boy.
Oh,
All of them.
I need.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
I
yeah.
need to see how they figured it. Was it the
I
Yeah,
have
MC?
to
Was it
assume
the MC
because
from
of
last
course
episode?
it's the MC. Of course it's the MC because
yeah.
MC
Of course he
him.
spearheaded, but like they, I don't want to give it away,
Okay,
but
no,
I
right, no,
think
no, 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 no,
yeah.
All
no,
right.
no, 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 wait, wait, wait,
All
wait, wait,
right,
wait,
I
wait,
know
we
why
can
I
get it,
gotta
we get it,
watch. I
we
know
get
why I
it, we get
gotta
it.
watch right
Okay,
tonight.
guys.
Because I actually ate. I actually ate before this part, so I'm not
All
starving.
right,
Oh, flip.
awesome. We good to go.
Oh,
So with that being said, everybody, thank you for watching and listening to another Otaku Summit episode. This has been episode
yes.
35. And like always,
Hey,
guys can check us out on our Twitter page at the Otaku Summit, on our TikTok and our Instagram, and as well discuss with us in our Discord on the Solid Discord, and also view us on the Solid YouTube page. So until next time, everybody, this is the Otaku Summit, and we are out. Poof.
cool.
Poof. And now it's a Taku Summit after dark. Oh
After
look,
dark.
I have
I
a
thought I
zipper.
was
I'm
singing that.
gonna pull down the zipper cam. I'm pulling down my zipper. I'm pulling down my zipper cam. You better turn this
Do
off,
it.
but the
We showing skip.
I'm
Let's
showing
do it,
skin.
April. Let's do
Cam,
it. Let's do
cam,
it.
cam,
Let's do it.
cam,
Let's do it.
cam,
Let's go.
cam.
You
All
want to
right,
skip?
let's go.
You,
Look at that.
The camera's too
this,
low.
this about the
It's
dead
too
lines.
low. The camera's too low. Cam,
They,
Berka.
they can we just leave? You can realize.